Dukewheatly here with part one of an introduction to Kompozer. I'm going to try and show you some of the features of Kompozer. When you normally open Kompozer, it will have a tip of the day, and how you enable or disable that is through the help menu. Here's a tip of the day, and this is what would show up if you had this enabled. Kompozer has a site manager, the F9 key. So if you want to see this every time you open up Kompozer, then go ahead and enable it. And we don't want to, but so let's go ahead and close that out. Another handy feature is we'll go to the View menu, and the Show Hide here we have a sidebar which you can use the F9 key to toggle back and forth. Let's enable that. And if you have a large site and a lot of pages, this is a good way to keep track of it, but it does take up quite a bit of your editing window. So we are going to hit F9 and get rid of it. Over here in your File menu, we've got your usual new, open, and close, save as. You can publish your site through Kompozer. I prefer FileZilla or FTP Lite, both of which are free. Printing and page setup. Over in the edit, we've got undo, redo. A handy feature is the find and replace. You can check your spelling. Let's go to View, and here is the Show Hide. These are the different toolbars. The composition toolbar is this one right here. The Format 1 would be this one. Format 2 is this particular toolbar that you can enable or disable. The edit mode is down here, and that would be this row right here. And the status bar, let's go ahead and disable that just for the heck of it, and you see it's gone. So let's go back up and enable it, and that's where you can see your tags and stuff like that. And here's your normal display mode. You can design, split, or source view, and which those commands are available, of course, down here in the edit mode. Insert, we can insert an image. When you do that, when you click on that, of course, you can scroll through and pick up an image. We'll cancel that. And we have tables. You can insert tables, forms, links, named anchors. Do anchor text if you want to link to, say, the buy now button on your a long sales page letter. Insert a horizontal line or characters and symbols. Now down here we've got PHP code, and this is supposedly a safe way to enter PHP code. First of all, when you generally use PHP, you're going to use it for tracking, and you need to put it above the head tag, which is, you would need to put it above this. And let's go back to design. This particular command isn't going to let you do that anyway. And as soon as you start saving your work with Kompozer and you've got PHP in there, you're going to get all kinds of spurious code inserted. So the workaround for that is to save your work and exit Kompozer, then open up your page with a text editor like Notepad and put your PHP in. Just be sure that if you want to go back in with Kompozer, you go in with the Notepad first and strip all the PHP out, then you can go ahead and work on it with Kompozer. So that's the workaround there. Now here's a little heads up on the say you're going to do a link. We can either do that through here, or we can do it through here. So let's open up our link, and let's say you wanted to link to a Shockwave flash file, or maybe a TIFF image, something like that that's unusual. When you open this up and you go to browse to find it, and say your page opens, you don't see it. And the reason you don't is because it's got HTML files here. So all you can do is just open the dialog box and then go down and open all files, and then all these odd images and flash videos and stuff will appear, and you'll be able to make a link to them. So if you're a newbie, that's going to be one of the first stumbling blocks that you run into. So there's a little heads up on linking, and we're going to have a video on linking later anyway. So that pretty well concludes our part 1. And we'll look forward to seeing you in part 2.